What is up, Scrub fam? It's Zap. What's going on? We are here with Brian Reed, Hurricane on the Patreon. And what did you do today?
Finally met my goal. Set the goal of top cutting a major event, particularly the solos this weekend. I was able to make top cut, top 16 with 12th place, and then actually won my first round to get into top 8.
Woo! Let's go, boy. So what did you play today?
My choice for this event, this new set, is Broly BR. Nice. Starter deck Broly. I fell in love with them from the first time I read them, and it just made sense that this deck with this chain is just insanity printed on cards.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So tell me a little bit about some of the card choices and what inspired you to go with this main deck of 50.
All right, so the card really boils down to two lines, your Broly line, your Paragus line. Broly, I went 3-4-4, 4. A lot of discussion. Oh, and one more for the secret there. A lot of discussion. A lot of people argue about the one drop. Based on probability odds, 3 is perfect, but everything else is too important not to max out. After that, the next line that was of utmost importance was Paragus. Obviously, your super combos, you don't play without them. This is the most broken, best green super combo in the game right now. Next out, you have to max out on the SR Paragus. This 2-drop with its ability to bring in the mechanism to fetch you a 4 or a 6-drop is just so stinking clutch. The rest of these Paragus, realistically, they're green, they're chargeable, but they have niche plays. Their backup plans is what they are.
So that's been a pretty serious conversation. Which one's better, this 1-drop Paragus, the Sacrifice, versus Rampage Trigger? You think Rampage Trigger is the better of the two?
Absolutely. Rampage Trigger is better, like I said, because you get this Broly control mechanism on it. It puts that into play. That's one of your pops. Not only that, so it also pops one of your Brolys, and it fetches a 4 or a 6. So this gets 1 play per turn. This actually is, you're going to be able to KO two Brolys in 1 turn because of the combined effects minimum.
Plus, it's a consistency booster.
Absolutely, it's a consistency booster because if you've got one of the 4 and 6 in hand and you just need the other to go up the chain, when you activate, you resolve him first to grab that out before you go up the chain.
Makes sense to me. So what else do you have on the list?
Well, on the Broly mechanism, I just want to give a shout out to Zap on this. I started with 1, and the number of times that, like, at first I thought, 1's the right number, but in my testing, it became like it started at 75% and went down to 60% of the time where I was either drawing it or it was in life. And so going 2, literally in a lot of games all weekend, one game did both of them get, did I draw one and the other one be in life. But there's still play-outs from that.
You think 2's the right number?
I do. I would never go more than 2. I think just ratio-wise, consistency-wise, it's all you need.
Cool.
Another shout out to Zap on the recommendation of upping it. And I went full 4 on the Golemite. This card is so great in this deck. It is a 5K combo for free, but then you get to bean essentially another Broly, any Broly BR for another 5K for the entire turn. Early game, you can take the 1K 10 drop, the 1-drop 10K up to a 15K and the leader up to it just by comboing it once. It puts in so much extra pressure. And then, even if you just put it on your leader swing, I mean, it's a 10K every time and it's 4 turn.
I can see that being really good against like mono blue matchups. Ones that are sitting heavy on like relying on Senzu being like Janemba.
Absolutely, yeah. It just, like Janemba, anything where you've got to go super aggro. If you think, hey, I'm going to swing with this 10K, and you're just going to make them pitch 1 card, then yeah, they pitch 1 card, but you do this to give it a +5, and you give your leader a +5. That's 2 15K swings, and now they've either got a combo, a pseudo combo, or they've got to pitch 2 cards. It creates so much advantage for you and puts pressure on them.
That's awesome.
Outside of that, there's just, I got 4 different extra cards over here. I mained 4 Shocking Death Balls. This is great for obviously negating any piddly thing can bounce. But in this matchup, especially with the Secret Rare, if you're trying to get yourself to that 1 life to really make it impactful, defensively use this to get yourself down to negate and set yourself up for the life. So it just became clutch. Preemptive Strike, honestly, It's great when it hits, as long as you get your chain going right and you've got those two untapped. I know I won at least 2 matches where the guy was afraid to make a play because he was just strictly afraid of me. He knew I had preemptive and I had 2 greens untapped. The fear factor alone made him change his plays. Tragic Awakening, I love too. It's not, you don't need more than that because it's not a proactive play. It's the, oh no, things went sideways play. The goal is just to recover if your chain got broken. And it can get you right back to the 6 drop at the cost of getting rid of 1 energy. Father Son Kamehameha did not come into play this weekend, but I would not take it out. This is absolutely vital in the mirror match. You always want to get ahead on the chain. You pop this one time to pop one of theirs and make them be a step up from you, and you go up the chain. Every time you go up the chain, they go up the chain, and then you drop your 8 with theirs on, swing, goodbye 8, you've broken their chain, and you've still got your 8 on there. It's a clutch play in the mirror. Last cards here in the main, it's the broken. Why would you not ever put this in almost any deck? Mira, double strike. Double strike on leader, double strike on Mira, it ends games. And that's the key point. Yes, I know the leader has a sparking 7 to refill your hand, and that's great. You do that before you swing with this. Then you drop this to end games, and that's what it is. It is a game ender. You don't play it if you don't think you can end the game because you're not going to be able to recover. You save it for that game-ending play.
Right, and FGC is huge in the mirror, too.
Absolutely.
Because when you're worried about all your battle cards being removed, being able to swing with the leader, that's how you generate your advantage.
Absolutely, and you got to think, especially in the mirror, they're going to do the same thing you are, go down to 4 life. Guess what takes them from 4 life to 0 life? 2 double strike swings. That takes them down. That you put all the pressure back on them.
Right. That's awesome, man. I agree with all of that. I know you obviously play Broly Ultimate Agent of Destruction. I know some players are thinking, is it worth the investment? How important was that card to you over the course of your events the last 2 days?
Would this deck survive without it? Yes. Would it be highly competitive? Yes. But you put this card in there and you resolve it, even if you don't get the make them pitch their hand because you're at 1 life, a dual strike or dual attack double striker swinging for 40k, it again just intense, insane pressure. So it came in clutch, literally no joke, y'all. And some other time I can tell you about it. I played a Janemba on the. I went first. He got his turn 1. He came back to me. I took him from 8 life to 0 life on my turn 2 because he had 1 energy and it was tapped. I got all the way up to the secret, and its second swing is what won me the game.
Wow. That's something else, man. That's something else. So I know you played in the team's event and you almost topped that. I know you obviously did fantastic in the singles. So I know your side deck has changed quite a bit through that. Are there, and I know the format's changing a lot too, but are there any cards you would highly encourage people to side deck if they're piloting a main like this?
So we all know Janemba's not going anywhere. But we're about to see, I firmly believe red and blue is about to step up in the game. Whether it's blue Gogeta, or red baby, they're all coming for your head. With that said, there's no, even today, there was no better play than my boy Tien. A 1-drop 15k attacker, because if they're red-blue leader, and they can't untap energy outside of leader's awaken effect through my turn and their turn. You play this out, and goodbye Senzu doesn't have its effect, Dimension Magic doesn't have the same impact, Whis doesn't have the same impact. This makes those tough matchups. Red decks are tough for this lead, but this makes those, it brings it way back more into range of what you need. The rest of my side, honestly, the primary bit, I went with a yellow package just to have options. I know some of y'all went yellow-green as your main board. My testing said it's good, but it's not consistent enough. There was just too many times you drew something wrong at the wrong time. I only played this once. If you watch the stream, you'll see me play it and how it actually triggers. If your opponent has 4 energy tapped, or 4 cards tapped, energy, battle, leader, you can play this for 1, trigger its main, and you can get the 1-drop Broly from drop back on the field, and you don't take 2 life because it has to be played from hand to take it. So you can restart the chain with this if you've got the yellow in there. It does the same thing as Ba, but you know what Ba doesn't do? Ba's not yellow energy to play for your Cold Bloodlust or your Flying Nimbus.
That makes sense. So.
I did throw Striving to be the best in there. I never found a use for it outside of charging.
Mm-hmm.
People just were ready for it, but I'd rather have something I can combo away in yellow, and not just an extra card that I can't do anything with. I can charge it, I can combo with it. That's all pluses.
Right.
That's the deck list, y'all.
That's awesome.
I love it. I'm gonna keep working on this going forward. Any questions? Hit me up.
Yeah, no, that's great. Brian, thank you so much for all your hard work.
Yep.
I know, you've been playing card games for a few years now. You've been grinding hard, trying to get there, and this was your first top. This was a huge deal for you. What about this event made the difference? What did you do differently to get there?
So for this event, honestly, this is the first time I dug deep into a set pre-release. I started really looking at the cards that were coming, and I started looking at the interaction. I started talking with people. I found something I liked. I thought had a good, strong opportunity to be great. And then I spent weeks online. I can't not recommend Untap or Octagon, whatever your go-to is. Before the set's released, put some time in. You've got to put games in. You've got to test it against the different matchups. Know how it plays. Know your outs. You've got to practice. Talk with people. Find a community. Talk. Learn. Be open to changes. No one's always right. Listen to those who say who have a different perspective. They're gonna help you out. And this is proof of it. 3XG fam, y'all. The thicker boys, the thickest boy, the thick boys, all y'all. This I'm here because of y'all.
Aw, shucks. All right, man. Thank you all for checking in. We'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.